On tonight's show, I'm spinning around because the Princess of Pop is on the show. This spinning around isn't quite as easy as it looks. I'm feeling quite dizzy, to be honest. I think I might... Oh! Let's start the show! Quality guest for you tonight. Pop goddess Kylie Minogue is joining us tonight. Yay! Mission Impossible Star Trek and Shaun of the Dead star Simon Pegg is with us this evening. The biggest stand-up in the world, McIntyre. Welcome our man so far. Plus, and this is big, we've got music from Killer's frontman Brandon Flowers, everybody. Yes, we do. Lovely. So good. Kylie Minogue back on the show. I'm excited, I tell you. We all remember Kylie's video, don't we? She wore those infamous gold hot pants, yes. That look became so popular. Yeah. You know her big gay following? That's him. And Simon Pegg. He's starring in a new romantic comedy, Man Up, all about a blind date that goes wrong. Now, the thing I love is how people describe themselves on dating websites. You know, not quite accurately. Like, good sense of humour. You get this. Has own transport. And bubbly and vivacious. We've all been there. Simon, of course, shot to fame in Shaun of the Dead. All about terrifying zombies that come back from the dead. Sounds familiar? Megan! Oh, look, how nice. He's bought a pint for every single UKIP MP. And drunk half of it. The fallout from the election continues. After a period of soul-searching, Ed Miliband has worked out why people didn't vote Labour. All the new Scottish National Party MPs arrived in London demanding to be taken seriously. Here they are. I think that's Alex Salmon in the front. Nick Clegg has resigned as leader of the Lib Dems. Aww. Still, they did get him a lovely leaving cake. They did. Wonder what it says. Let's get some guests on! Later, we've got music from Brandon Flowers. But first, show me the money. It's Michael McIntyre. There he is. Hello, sir. You're very welcome. Have a seat, too. Next man up, it's Simon Pegg. Hello, sir. You're very welcome. Come in, sit down. And I am so lucky. It's Kylie welcome all, Michael, Simon, Kylie.
Hello, Graham.
Hello. Now, Michael, are you spinning around? Are you a big Kylie fan?
Always.
Of course, everyone's a Kylie fan.
Well, I hear the song. I can't look at your face without my brain going la 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 la. It's amazing. So
you have a
suffering with that
look in your eye when you do that as well.
Because Simon's been a long-term fan.
Long time, yeah. I had a picture on my wall when I was a student.
Ooh.
Of you in your dungarees. I like
my dungarees?
in the Charlene dungarees, I've always liked a woman who isn't afraid to get dirty.
We've got a picture. I don't want to overexcite you, Simon.
Don't put it on.
But this is... There she is in her dungarees.
See, I'd take that over hot pants. No, I wouldn't actually.
No, it's a brave look.
Your flirting is so much better than mine. It's actually quite cool. I always panic around really hot women!
chucking
When I
when
was
you do
young,
that.
I used to have a photograph of you in dungarees on my wall. I prefer the hot pants. Know what I mean?
La, 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 la. He's starting to prime me.
Yeah, me too.
And this is exciting. Kylie Minogue has just been voted, and I'm surprised you don't win this every year, voted Best Australian in the UK. Is that what the honour was?
Yeah, that was. I don't know how many Australians are in the UK,
But you're the best.
but I'll still take the best.
And who votes for it? Is it
I
Australians?
have no idea.
But you just got the prize. Thank you very much.
I got to go to Australia House in London, and it was a lovely shindig. And,
What's Australia House? Is that like a walkabout?
It was just down the road from Walkabout, yeah. Probably half of them ended up at Walkabout.
People voted for this? It's like an election.
Yeah.
Were you you weren't the leader of the Green Party? She was Australian as well, wasn't she?
She was.
Because I don't really understand politics, but I watched that because they all had a debate.
They
and then
did,
suddenly
Michael.
there were these three women that I'd never heard of. They suddenly
What?
showed up. The green woman, and there was
There was a green
Nicola
woman?
Sturgeon, who's quite intense.
Yes.
Isn't she? Because she's new. Because there used to be salmon, and now there's sturgeon. Do they have to be fish? Is that like a policy? I don't understand how politics works. Is Kenny Caviar waiting to take over? They are very passionate, the Scottish people, and I love all of them. Just if you're watching, I love you. I know there's some kind of a revolution going on up there. Heritage, leave me out of it. Because those elections were pretty crazy. SNP won everything. They could have put anything up and it would have won. They could have a frame photo of Sean Connery. 32,200. Up next. Now we go to Fife. Liberal Democrats, 712. Conservatives, 4. Labour, 1,000. A Scotty dog, 48,007.
But now, here's the thing. Simon, your wife is Scottish.
She is.
So did she help you with your accent for Star Trek?
Somebody had to. Yeah, she did. And my father-in-law as well. They both sort of... Maureen was on set a lot of the time when I was doing the first Star Trek, and she was my dialect coach kind of thing, which was great. But my father-in-law really wanted me to get a lot of very Scottish... He gave me a book called The Patter, which is like a Scottish translation book, and there's all these weird words in, like, your wee scunner and cludgy and all these kinds of things. And I was trying to filter them in, because JJ lets me improvise a little bit. And but he came up to me one day and took me aside and said very seriously, Simon, people have got to understand you. I had to sort of rein it in a little bit, you know.
People, you don't always understand Scottish people. Is
I
that
don't
just
understand
me?
my relatives sometimes. They,
Yeah. You could just go, without in the scene, I think, you don't
Sometimes.
even know what's going on. Right now, I tell you.
There's a bit of Newcastle in there.
And you have
as
to
well.
swear you have to swear a lot,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Even within words, Scottish people do that. They'll go, fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
They can't even...
They're a very passionate breed. I do love
Now,
them.
you are Simon is co-writing Star Trek.
I am, yes, the Star Trek
That's
Beyond,
a huge
yes.
deal.
It is. I shouldn't even be here right now, to be honest.
And I'm guessing in this next movie, Scotty will have quite a lot to do. He'll save the day. He'll save the day a lot.
It's hard, actually, 'cause I don't want to... It's, you know, because the temptation is to obviously big up your part, but it would look very obvious if the film is just all me running around.
First scene is you on the starship, running the whole thing. Kylie's there in a dungarees.
Down in the engine room, yeah.
Fixing
A
something.
little bit of grease. Just a little bit of grease.
Yeah.
Be like Scotty's helper.
Yes.
Get your old Charlene sort of mechanical skills back.
Yeah.
For Star Trek, you
have a
do
word.
I
it.
just modernise them slightly.
Hey, now, Kylie Minogue, you love
You
it.
always say Kylie Minogue, by the way. Does anyone see her? Graham Norton.
I don't know why I say Kylie Minogue. I'll just say Kylie.
No, it comes. I like it.
It's
Go
great,
with
but you are Kylie Minogue.
it. Yeah, I am.
You're Kylie Minogue.
If I knew I was ever going to be famous, I wouldn't have chosen that name.
Didn't a lot of people name their children Kylie? A lot of people.
There was a period where it was Kylie Charlene, I believe.
Kylie Charlene is a
There's
full
any
name.
Kylie Charlene's out, well,
Any
as a
Kylies
first and
in?
second name.
Any Kylies named after Kylie?
No, all right.
Oh, dear. Well, good news for Kylie Minogue fans. I was going to say all over the world, but basically the M25 area.
That's right. Sorry.
You're doing a big Hyde Park extravaganza next month, 21st of June, longest day of the year.
Yes.
So what can people expect?
Well,
You?
I'll probably turn up at kind of sunset, but I can barely believe that I say this. My support acts are Grace Jones.
Oh, wow. Love Grace Jones.
I hope she hula hoops on at one point.
She will.
Chic featuring Nile Rodgers.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Mika and Years and Years and some others and...
Oh, I'd love to be the some others, wouldn't you, right now? Watching the telly, Kylie's going through the bill. I guess we're some others.
No, as well, sorry.
You too. I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, Bono's thrown himself off his bike. By the way, that picture of Grace Jones there, is that where you got the idea? Is it really where you got the idea?
It's around that time of the Fever album. She was one of our inspirations, my creative guy, Willie and I.
We've got the picture of you with... Yes, you see, it's different colour.
And also the Fever album cover, which was kind of...
Yes, that is Grace Jonesy.
It's a little Grace Jones inspired, yeah.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you, the Can't Get You Out of My Head choreography, is it true that that was like that for a very specific reason?
Well, the choreographer, Michael Rooney, who's one of the sons of Mickey Rooney, which is already legendary.
And the brother of Wayne, I believe.
Oh, Wayne? Maybe! Could have saved money and Wayne could have choreographed the video.
The Rooneys are coming to the party.
It's going to be a big party.
Can't wait to get on the slide.
He choreographed it like it was in a box. I think he was in a small hotel room or something, so it was probably... Not that I'm cheap, you know, put him in the smallest hotel room in
So his hotel room was so small, he could only choreograph cramped movements.
That's all of it. He was probably going, what? I can't figure this out.
Ow! Ow!
That's one story. I don't know if that's really true, but that's one of the tales. But on top of that, it had to be very kind of robotic and... Do you want me, I can show you.
Well, you have to know how to do it.
Well, I can't lift my arms above here in this dress, but OK.
OK, try. Do you need music?
Yeah. Are you going to do it with me?
Oh, OK, I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. Yeah? Oh, she needs space.
No, because you're in a box. There's two boxes.
OK, so I'm in a different box to you.
OK, start with your leg.
Boys, feel free.
Start with your leg.
Shame doing it. Shame doing it. She's doing it.
As your instructor, you're going to have to follow me.
OK.
Listen to me. Start with your legs apart, gentlemen.
OK.
OK, everyone's going to go.
Oh, we're in.
OK, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross your arms.
Oh, that's hard.
Perfect!
That's hard to do. That's one of those annoying things. When you watch the video, you kind of think, what a simple dance. And then the first thing you did was just like, what the hell was that?
Actually, that wasn't... We should have counted it through first, but...
Yeah, we really should. Yeah. Now, I'm not telepathic, but I think I know what Simon and Michael are thinking. They're thinking, when will Graham ask Kylie, what's she wearing at the concert? What... Actually, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. Where do you keep your clothes? Because you must have so many... I know they're all small.
They are very small.
But they still build up.
It's not fair. I can pack in a suitcase like 3 times as many outfits, including shoes, etc., than regular-sized people. It all folds down. Like this would fold to nothing. Anyway, my clothes are... most of my costumes I donated to the Performing Arts Museum in Melbourne. So they have the hot pants, they have Charlene's overalls, all the showgirl costumes, overalls, yeah. Dungarees. You call them dungarees, right?
That's what I used to shout.
But they're all in a museum.
Yeah, and you can't touch them without white gloves. And the hot pants, like, they're pretty. They got a bit worn away. Like, they worked quite hard in that video.
By you?
Up and down the
yeah, OK. I think, wow. But now, talking of the looks, you retweeted a photograph, not of yourself, last weekend.
Right.
It was a photograph of... Now, have you heard of this? A hag do.
A hag do?
I've never heard of a hag do.
I've never heard of a hag do.
No, hag do, no.
So explain what a hag do is.
Hag do?
Well, it's the Gail May version of a hen do, right?
No, I think it's where the hens and stags go together.
Is it? See, I don't know what is it? What is it?
Well, look, so the hags are here, so let's ask them. So what is it?
Hi.
It's a gay stag. It's a gay stag.
It's a gay stag.
Yeah.
We've got the picture. Basically, the theme of the hag do was you over the years
That's
plus
amazing.
Sia. Who was Sia?
He's not here, unfortunately.
Wow,
Working.
too right.
Sia's on another chat show on the other side of town.
He was supposed to be you in the slow video, but he didn't quite get it right.
Yeah, I mean, all he had to do was turn up in a pair of bathers.
I know you would think, right?
So, wait a minute,
Anyway,
so are you
we
one of
love
the people
Sia,
getting
so it's all
married?
good.
I am, yes.
So which one are you?
I'm showgirl.
You're showgirl.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And you're marrying
Chris.
And are you in this?
No.
Where were you?
Wasn't allowed to come.
My stag's this weekend.
But no, so you're having a stag, not a hag.
Right.
Okay.
Of course, you have your separate dues.
It's very complicated.
I don't know what on earth's going on. So you had a hag do.
I had a hag do in Spain.
And what's the difference between a hag do and a stag do?
Hag is camper.
No shit!
So, Chris, are you going to have a hag do as well, or is yours completely different?
I think mine's more of a stag do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. On the hag! Hey, the stag! And then when's this actual wedding happening?
2 weeks on Friday.
I'm really seeing the dynamic between you two.
I think we're all seeing the dynamic. And you've chosen your first dance, have you?
We have.
And what is it?
Kylie Minogue.
Have you been
which song?
bullied into
Which
this?
Which song is it?
It's Love at First Sight, the Abbey Roads version.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Wow. If you really liked your fans, you'd go and do it live, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, Taylor Swift would do it. Gary Barlow would do it. That's all I'm saying. I mean... 2 weeks ago... Oh, no, I'm busy. Now, let's have a lovely day. Well done. Thank you very much, the Hags. Very good. OK. Oh, now, but actually, just before we move on, can I just say, can any of you explain this tweet that was sent to the show? I hope you lot are happy with yourselves. Been looking forward to this very... This is Thomas. So which of you knows Thomas? You. So what's your name?
I'm Jessica.
Jessica. And why is Thomas upset with us?
Thomas is upset because I've postponed a date for the second time so I could come and be here and meet Kylie.
I'm getting the blame for everything.
Is he your boyfriend?
No, we have not been on a date yet because
So you put him up... What did you put him off for the first time?
my sister and this time Kylie.
OK, you know that book, Not That Into You?
But are you into him? You don't know?
Well, clearly not that into him. She's fobbed him off twice.
Can I suggest you take him out tomorrow night when this is on?
Very good. OK, well now... You should take advice from Simon, because romance is in the air. Simon Pegg brings us that rarest of thing, a great big British rom-com. It's called Man Up, on Friday the 29th of May. So you've done almost rom-com, so this is your first kind of pure rom-com.
Yeah, this is a proper rom-com in the sense that it utterly embraces what a rom-com should be and is. You know, I think of late, the rom-com's been kind of... People have got a bit nervous of it. Big studios don't make them anymore. People that do make them kind of sort of try and subvert them a bit, like they're... Oh, we shouldn't do a rom-com. But a rom-com... When Harry Met Sally is a rom-com, you know, Annie Hall is a rom-com. There are amazing rom-coms out there. And Tess Morris, who is the brilliant writer that wrote this film, is a big fan of that particular genre. And she made a very contemporary, but nevertheless a rom-com. And it's everything you'd want from a rom-com.
And it's a really good premise. Tell them what the premise is.
Yeah, it's about a woman who is at a certain point in her life, she's having a bit of a sort of personal crisis. She finds herself at Waterloo Station, and a guy walks up to her and sort of says, "You're my blind date, right?" And then he sort of bulldozes her because he's so nervous. And eventually she kind of thinks, "Oh, he's quite nice." And then she says, "Yeah, I am." So they start up this crazy night together. And for the first part, he believes that she's Jessica, not Nancy. But this quickly falls away. But they have to, because of very clever writing, remain together for this entire night. And they have this you know, and of course, romance blossoms. And it's just an extraordinarily fun and funny movie.
And Lake Bell, she's American, and you wouldn't... I mean, it is flawless, her accent.
Yeah, she landed doing the accent. She didn't really drop the accent for the entire shoot. She was British all the time, and it's because, not in a kind of methody way, but in a way that if you're doing an accent, it's like running a program on your computer. It slows everything else down. So if you want to sort of think British and improvise in a British accent, you have to do it the whole time. So when we got to the end of the shoot and she'd done her final shot, she made a speech to the crew in her real voice, and the crew all went, "Who the fuck's that?" There was a weird atmosphere, like, she lied to us. I'm not all Cockney Barrett. That's my standard crew voice. But no, it enabled her to be very fluent with it and very convincing, and I think it's, you know, when you see the film, you'll be hard-pushed to even hear a smattering of her Yankee Doodle.
Well, here's a clip. This is you and Lake Bell, and it's sort of towards the beginning of the blind date, which is blinder than you know.
So, Tom says you're a triathlete. Mm-hmm. Do you have to train a lot for that? Is that...
Yeah, just got to regularly carb up.
Yeah. Well, go on then. I don't mind. I've actually worked out today, so... I mean, I work out every day. I like to keep fit. I pump iron, sure. Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't envy any of my friends with kids, you know? Because, like, are they here now? Hell no. They're, like, at home just lying in wait for the next nappy change. Do you know what I mean? Not that I don't want kids. I mean, I'm 40 and they're not all going to be swimming in the right direction forever, but, you know, just not like that. I should probably get a girlfriend first.
Yeah, I definitely want kids. I'm not, like, freaking out about it yet.
Yeah. I mean, why would you? You're 24.
She's actually 34, hence the look. She's playing 10 years younger.
Presumably, when you're doing press for this movie, everyone's asking you if you've ever been on a blind date.
Yeah.
So I will ask you, have you ever been on a blind date?
No, I haven't. I have been married for 10 years, so it's a long time since I've been out there. But a lot of my sort of romantic assignations were at parties and on areas of wasteland, you know.
I never really... But Kylie Minogue, you can't go on a blind date. Unless it's in some very strange country.
But that's the thing about a blind date. You don't know who you're going to meet. So
but they'll know who they're
well,
meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know when you see them, it's not blind once you make eye contact. You don't spend the whole night just...
Are we at the restaurant? Is this the restaurant?
I smell Italian food.
Careful. When people walk in and they go, "It's Kylie Minogue."
Yes, I guess as soon as you greet each other, yeah.
But you can't. You cannot go on a blind date anymore. And I think this is probably the last film ever that will be about blind dates, because now you can look everybody up. Everyone has a web presence, and you can see if you know you're going to meet someone. You either met them on the net, or you can look at their Facebook page.
Have you seen that thing,
Tinder?
Tinder?
Say their name.
That thing where just people pop... What's it called?
It's Grindr.
Tinder. Where is it Tinder?
Tinder, is it Tinder?
Yeah, Tinder.
What's Grindr?
Worse. Worse. Much worse. Their faces don't pop up. Stick with Tinder. Okay. You'll be much happier. Yeah.
I am married. I'm not going to go on Tinder or Grindr. No. Just to...
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Back in the day, did you ever do blind dates? No.
Oh, I was very unsuccessful with women. You can tell. I get tense around women. A woman paid for me to leave once on one date. Yeah, she gave me a $5. She said, for a taxi. That wasn't successful. I didn't know how to talk to women. This was my problem. I didn't know how to talk to women. I was once given some advice. I kept saying to my friends who had women, they were women next to my friends a lot, and I was like, I want one. And they said, well, you've got to just be brave, go and talk to them. And I said, I don't know what to say. And they said, just go and ask for a light, you know, for a cigarette. And I really cannot, to this day, I don't know why I did this. I don't smoke. I didn't smoke at this time. And I went over and I was so panicked and so desperate to speak to a woman, I went over and I said, have you got a light? And she got out her lighter and went, yeah, I've got a light, and just stood there like that. And then I just stood there next to her. She wanted a cigarette. I was like, no, I don't smoke. then she was like, well, what do you want a light for? I was like, I just to talk to you. You look lovely in this light. And that was it. That's as close as I got. But then I met my wife and I stalked her for several years and now we're married with children.
Happy ending.
Yes.
Very good.
It is a happy ending. I have the best woman in the world. Hello, darling.
And Simon, we have to mention that you've just finished filming Mission Impossible 5 with Mr. Tom Cruise.
I have. I was there today, actually. We're doing a few pickups today. So.
Because you're not just in it, you were sort of properties co-starring.
You're making me feel lazy.
Yeah.
Cool. You're a very cool man.
No, I'm not
no, you
at all.
are. You say
I'm not
things that
Michael.
I wish I could say. My favourite bit was JJ lets me improvise. JJ wouldn't even cross the road to say that.
But in Mission Impossible, because Tom Cruise has been here and he's talked about, you know...
He said to say hello. I swear to God, he said to say hello.
Really?
To
I
me?
promise you.
He is the nicest man in the world. He is the nicest man in the world. But he talks about doing all the stunts, because in the trailer, there's that big car chase. You see a bit of it.
Yes.
And you are in that car.
Yeah, we spent 5 days in a BMW in Casablanca, just herring around this, which was extremely exciting, but it got very boring in between the takes. So I realised after about 3 days, because it was very hot in Casablanca, but I was getting really hot. And, like, a little too hot. And I realised that Tom Cruise had been turning my seat heater on when I wasn't looking.
Cruisey does little things like that.
He's far more of a sort of ordinary chap. I mean, he's not. He's extraordinary. But he kept doing it the whole time. And he kept getting me, said, could Simon get some electrolytes? And like, he was hydrating me. It was like 7. He was keeping me alive while he was torturing me. And then as soon as I noticed him do it, and he'd do it in the middle of a handbrake turn. He'd be like this. I decided to get him back, so he went to the bathroom, and I got one of the guys, one of the electricians, I got some black tape, and I got this slither of black tape, and I put it over the lights on his seat heater and turned it on, so he couldn't see that it was on. So he sat down and was like, checked it wasn't on, because the light wasn't on. And then he just, after about 5 minutes, he was going... And then when he realised that I'd done that, he gave me props. And he never lets you win, Tom, so I'm allowed to win.
And we've got the picture of the two of you in the car.
Yes.
Aww. Slightly sweaty. And can you be mates with Tom Cruise, or is he...
So in love.
I'm with you. You do fall in love with him. He's an amazing man.
Extraordinary, yeah.
You're very good in that. You're very good in everything.
Thanks, Mark.
I loved you in that as well.
Thank you very much.
You're brilliant.
Very
The one with the
tall building.
in Dubai. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, he did that as well.
You were hilarious. I've told you this before. Every time I see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But here's the thing. Simon Pegg, not the only person in a big summer blockbuster, because Kylie Minogue... the Minogue is silent. Kylie is in life, do I call you Kylie Minogue? I guess I must. I don't know. Anyway...
You don't even realise...
You're in...
Let's keep it. That's our thing.
But you're in San Andreas with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which is a big summer blockbuster. So how did you end up in this film?
Well, they were filming in Australia.
Is it really as simple as that? Hello!
They probably do need a certain amount of Aussies, you know, you've got to fill it. So they probably thought, who can fill this role? It's a tiny cameo role, but it was loads of fun because I don't get to do that very often.
It opens on the 29th of May, and in fact, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Do you say The Rock anymore, or is he just Dwayne Johnson?
I think it's Dwayne.
Just
But you want
Dwayne.
to say The Rock or The Pebble.
Yeah, he's going to be here next week.
Yeah, so
The Rock.
just allow a little more space.
You've seen him in the flesh. He is ridiculously big.
He's ridiculously big and ridiculously... He just exudes what you think he's going to exude. Health.
Because have we already seen the picture of the two? Oh,
my God.
That's how big The Rock is. Wow.
I mean...
So that is... His bicep is the size of an entire Kylie Minogue.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
It's amazing.
If we'd been on the same show, he probably just could have... I just could have, like, sat there. 4 people on the sofa.
Because Michael McIntyre, have you not been asked to be in movies and things?
No.
Oh, you must have been.
You're too busy being the most successful comic in the world.
No,
Michael.
I can't. I've never been asked. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I wouldn't... It's like it's not a choice of mine. No one's ever
Would you
asked
like
me
to be?
Please, I would like to be in a movie. Shall I address the camera? Yes, if anyone wants to cast me as... I can play Asian, particularly. It's very frustrating cheating. Because I look at Jackie Chan's career and I think that could be me. Especially when they remade The Karate Kid. I thought, I'm a shoo-in.
Because you seem like you have such a distinctive face and you're very famous.
I have a face.
And yet people are constantly finding people you look like. You've done it yourself, but now people send you.
That's true, that happens quite a lot. I really enjoy it, yes.
Because on the Twitter, people do it, like, this is an exam paper.
Now, that does look like me.
That does look like you.
That is in an actual...
I like where even on an exam paper they've given them glossy hair. I take care of my appearance.
That is a it's almost like they've tried to make that me, but that's an actual textbook, isn't it?
And then this baby that does look quite like you.
Oh, my God!
That is you.
That might have been a result of the blind date all those years ago.
Now, Michael McIntyre, back on the road. A huge big new tour, the UK and Ireland, starts on the 7th of August. It's called Happy and Glorious.
That's me holding all the dates up, yes. Please come to the shows.
And it is a phenomenon. I mean, you're doing, what is it, 7 nights at the O2, 3 nights at Wembley Arena?
Yeah, I'm doing all the big rooms. I like it there. I like it. And I've been working really very hard on this show, so I'm very excited about it.
What, to get sort of match fit?
Well, basically, I called JJ, and I said... to be fair, I was driving around Casablanca in a hot seat BMW, and I called JJ and I just said, what am I going to do for this new tour? And he said, just improvise, man, just improvise.
No, but you look very good. Have you...
I look amazing! Sorry.
Close to death now.
I've stopped eating.
That was like 7 questions.
Do you think I have lost weight, though? I mean,
You have lost weight, you have lost weight.
Thank you.
No, you were really, really fat.
I was. Yeah. They're not kind when you put on weight in articles and things, you know, diet not working and things. So basically I just decided to stop eating. Well, I've had lots of clues over the last few years that maybe I should lose weight, you know when buttons burst off. I mean, that happens actually in the show once. My button just flung off. But then something happened in December which finally made me want to do it. I was on the iPad, which is well, it's my iPad, but my son uses it. I don't know if you've got children, but my kids, you just throw them at them and it shuts them up. So they're on it most of the time. So it was one of his apps. And it's called the Akinator. I don't know if you've heard of this. Has anyone heard of this Akinator thing? All right.
No.
Well, it's a genie, OK? And you click on it, and the game is basically, you think of a famous person and it asks a series of questions. It's like 20 questions. It narrows it down and it suggests who he thinks you're thinking of, just by saying yes or no. So I thought, for egotistical reasons, while my son was at school, I would see if I was on it. So it says, think of a famous person, and I'm thinking, OK, I got one. And then it starts to ask these questions, like, is it a man? I go, yes. Is it American? No. Is it a singer? No. And it narrowed it down to a British comedian with dark hair, and I'm getting a little bit excited. I wonder if I'm in the game. And then it goes, on the actual app, it says, is he slightly overweight? Yes or no? So I had this moment of truth. So I took a deep breath and I clicked yes, and it went, is it Michael McIntyre? And it showed me a picture of my fat face. Can you imagine what I was like, just looking at my phone? So I haven't eaten since then. I mean, that was about 5 months ago.
Well, it's working. It's working. You look great.
And I've been going to the gym and things, you know. Because my wife's very happy about this, because I was very unfit. I kept hurting myself. I actually and now this should have been a sign that I needed to get fit, but it actually wasn't. Last year, I pulled a muscle in my back, reaching for food in the fridge. I was bending in to get food, and something went, ah! And this is another sign. I carried on eating before I shouted out.
Listen to your body, Michael.
I finished all the food and then went, help! So these were the signs. So now
your body's way of saying, stop it, fatty!
I've stopped it now. So I go to the gym and I don't eat, and I feel better, I suppose. I don't know.
Listen, we have a clip. This isn't, obviously, from the new tour, but it's a taste from your last tour. This is Mr. Michael McIntyre in action.
It's fun to watch a girl getting dressed. Not all of it, I'm not going to lie to you. There are aspects of a woman getting dressed that have decidedly mixed results. tights, for example, is a very 50-50 affair. The first half is quite, I would say, almost erotic, a very enjoyable spectator sport. The lower leg, let's focus on the lower leg for now. Sort of pointed toe, delicately scrunch up the tight, glide it neatly over the lower leg, lovely. Glide it over the other one, marvellous. But once the tights reach the halfway point, this is where I suggest you leave the room, okay? Because some shit goes on after that. Sometimes you just tug at a crotch for like half an hour. And just when you think it's over, she carries on. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jesus, what are we doing up here now?
Very good. Right. It's music time, everyone. He has gone from the lead singer of The Killers to a #1 solo artist, and he's back with a brand new album performing I Can Change. It is Mr. Brandon Flowers.
When your time runs out and you're looking for a place to land, I'll step from the shadow into the palm of your hand. When you're out of luck, I'll be what you're looking for, even if it's not who I am. When you're out of luck, I'll be what you're looking for, even if it's not who I am. I can change. I can change for you. I can change. I can change for you. I can bend, I can break, I can shift, I can shape, blaze a trail through the driving rain. Girl, I can change for you. I can change for you. When your time runs out and you don't know where to stand, I'll step from the shadow. I'm at your command. I'll be what you're looking for, even if it's not who I am. 'Cause I can change. I can change for you. Yeah, I can change. I can change for you. I can bend, I can break, I can shift, I can shape, blaze a trail through the driving rain. Girl, I can change for you. I can slip, I can slide, I can run, I can hide, blaze a trail through the driving rain. Girl, I can change for you. I'll be what you're looking for. I'll be what you're looking for. I can change. I can change for you.
I'll be what you're looking for.
I can change. I can change for you. I can bend, I can break, I can shift, I can shape, blaze a trail through the driving rain. And I can slip, I can slide, I can run, I can hide, blaze a trail through the driving rain. Girl, I can change for you. I can change for you. I can change. I'll be what you're looking for.
job. Seriously, thank you very much. Come in and sit down. That's Michael McIntyre, Simon Pegg, and Kylie Minogue. That's Kylie Minogue. All right, get a room. Yes, you do, yes. I know there's a slight gap in the sofa there, but sit in there. Yeah, do. Yeah, make us, yes. Cozy. Cozy is good.
How's it going?
Now that, by the way, thank you. That was great.
Thanks.
That was fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
And a lovely bit of Bronski beat in there.
That's right.
Yeah, nice. That's going to be the 4th single from the album, The Desired Effect.
Yeah.
That is out on the 18th of May, the
Correct.
album, yes. Yes. And I've heard it. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's fair to say, like, people who like The Killers will love this album.
I think it's fair to say that. It's not too far of a departure from the Killers.
Yeah.
You're an incredibly handsome man, aren't you?
Thank you. good genes.
It's annoying, isn't it?
I'm glad he'll stop flirting with me now.
I don't think I've ever just said that out loud.
Finally,
I'm coming on the hand
Fan love.
Great song as well.
Oh, thanks.
I could change for you.
Yeah, see? Hidden messages. Hidden messages.
Well, hidden messages.
he was doing this to Kylie earlier on. La la la.
So, Brandon, the tour is going to be, it's big. It's the UK and Europe and...
Yeah. We're starting, we're going to play the 21st and 22nd here in London. And that's where it starts, pretty much. Kick it off.
Well, you're fantastic. A terrific
Thanks.
showman. Brandon Flowers, everybody. Very good. Let's make this week's visit to the red chair just before we go. Hello, who's there? Hello, sir.
Hello.
What's your name?
Thomas.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Durham.
Durham. All right, but you live here now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Off you go with your story, Thomas.
So I asked a girl out a couple of weeks ago, and she said yes, which was great because she's quite hot and like I really enjoyed going out. But she cancelled on me once, and then we rescheduled for tonight. And she cancelled on me again, so she could come here and watch Kylie Minogue. So, if I had no plans tonight, I thought I'd come down and see if she wanted to rearrange for next week.
Well, can I just say, Thomas, you're very keen, because she has given you no indication that she is. Oh, dear. Well, I guess he didn't... Look, the good thing is he didn't make other plans. That's good.
Yeah.
OK, so this is your decision now. This is you sending a message to him. So, Jessica, are we going to flip Thomas, or are we going to let Thomas walk?
This is... Oh, OK.
Please get Kylie to...
Kylie, please, will you lever him off the red chair?
Oh, no! That's the worst ever! Oh, let's just end it. Let's just end it. Let's just end it. Oh, well, literally dumped. They never even went on a date and he got dumped.
Oh, he's going to be having nightmares the rest of his life.
Oh, really? In shock.
Can you leave him off?
Oh, Jessica, what were you thinking? Right, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much to my guest, Mr. Brandon Flowers, Michael McIntyre, Simon Pegg, and Kylie Minogue. Kylie Minogue. Join me next week with music from Snoop Dogg, actress Britt Robertson, house star Hugh Laurie, movie star Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and control yourselves, ladies, the one and only George Clooney. See you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
To grips with Bluetooth next on BBC One, Peter Kay's Car Share, while on BBC Three, it's American Dad.